Hi, my name's Chris Lane. I'm Head of Subject for Community Development, Refugee Programmes, Social Work and Youth Studies at London Metropolitan University. I'm going to talk to you in this presentation about our social work programmes. And we have a master's degree, an undergraduate degree, and also a 4-year extended degree. And all of our programmes are accredited by Social Work England. Now, there's a connection between our mission, our values, and the way that we construct our admissions policy. So we're looking to recruit students from a diverse range of backgrounds, and that means that we accept that people will come from a range of educational backgrounds as well. It's important that we have a diverse workforce in social work because the people who use social work services need to be represented by people who understand their communities. So we understand and are keen to take people who may not have had the most straightforward route through their previous education. Nevertheless, we're looking for good qualifications in order to come onto the course. So a first class degree, a 2-1 or a 2-2 are important. And if you're coming in at undergraduate level, we're looking for 112 UCAS points or 60 credits from an Access to Social Work diploma. We also need you to have maths and English. That may be combined within your Access course, but if you've not taken an Access course, we'll be looking for either Functional Skills Level 2 or Maths and English at Grade 4. And we also expect you to have at least 12 weeks of experience of working in paid or voluntary work with vulnerable people in face-to-face settings in either a health or social care context. And we need that to be backed up by references as well. The professional capabilities framework for social work has 9 domains and 9 levels, and this is represented in a diagram presented here, and this is from the British Association of Social Workers. And you can see that right at the bottom there's a circle that says point of entry to training. So at each of the levels that you can go through as a social worker, you will be developing one of these 9 domains of capability. And they include areas like having a strong understanding of the values and the ethical principles against which you are operating, that you understand the significance of equality and diversity, that you are a real advocate for the rights and the social justice and the economic well-being of the people that you're advocating for and working with, that you develop the key knowledge that you need in order to be able to work effectively, and that might be in areas like the law, that you're someone capable of reflecting on your own practice and thinking about the judgments that you're making and being able to be critical of yourself and also of the people that you manage, but also supportive of them. That you're someone who's able to develop new skills, and that could be skills in written or verbal communication, or it could be in digital skills, and that you understand what it means to make an intervention and the significance of making an intervention in somebody's life. Also, we look very closely at the context and the organisations that are involved in social work. So you need to understand things like the policy and the political context within which you're working, but also to understand things like the development of young people from a scientific perspective. You have to have a good knowledge of that area. We expect people to be developing as leaders and managers, and also developing their understanding of their place within the profession of social work. So our programs all help you to develop along this trajectory, but it's not something that stops at the end of your 3-year degree. As you move into your first year of work within social work, you would be supported and also gain further accreditation through that first year of practice. And then there's a fantastic career structure that ultimately can lead you to being somebody who is a leader of a large number of social workers. And actually, within London's 33 boroughs, each one would have something in the region of 200 social workers working. So it's a very, very large area of employment and an area that needs really effective management as well. So there really is opportunity to progress in this field. One of the important things about the course is that we match the way that we assess you to the kinds of things that you actually have to do in practice. So, for example, you would be involved in a lot of group work, use of tools like video and role play, producing workbooks and reflective logs and reflective diaries, creating research proposals and writing up research projects, producing portfolios, and that's the way that we would assess placement, for example. There are some examinations, particularly in the area of law, and also we look at observation as well as a key method. So we ask you to make observations, and we will also be assessing you through observing. And presentation and essays are part of the assessment as well. In terms of the team, I've introduced myself. I'm Chris Lane, the head of subject, but we have a team including Donna Jones, Catherine Schumann, Greg Ryan, Denise Turner, Dee Tracy, and our placements officer, Saranjit Binning. And actually, we have something like 20 other associate lecturers who are involved in various aspects of the programme. So it's a large team. I've already said something about the career prospects and the opportunities that exist to go through to a higher level of management ultimately as you work your way through your career. But I think we will provide you with a really challenging set of educational opportunities based on particularly learning opportunities through placement and through our relationships with a wide range of employers as you work through your course. We expect you to become highly reflective and analytical in your work as a social worker, and again, that will be developed through practice. And you have to develop a real sense of resilience, of personal resilience, to be able to withstand the kinds of pressures that you'll be under, not just from the assessment of the course, but also from the experience of working in the front line. I've already said the course is approved by Social Work England, and I think what underscores the performance of our course and its quality is that so many of our students, 96.5% in the last survey that was conducted, get into a professional role within 6 months of completing their degree. So when you complete the course, you're eligible for applying to be registered with Social Work England, and this is a role that is protected, so only those who are registered can act as a social worker. And also it's key to understand that in the course you're not limited to one particular field of social work. So we'll introduce you to working with children and families, but also in adult social care, in mental health, and working with older people. And we also support people to work with people with learning disabilities and other disabilities. So it really is a diverse course that prepares you to work in a number of different settings. And recently we've gained accreditation from the Chartered Institute of Housing, which means that the course allows you to work in that particular context and as well. And because housing is such a pivotal issue for many people who are vulnerable, that's something that we think is unique about our own programme. I think we are the only programme in the country that has Social Work England accreditation and Chartered Institute of Housing accreditation. You could say two for the price of one. We work with a wide range of local authorities, so wherever you live in London, or if you're living outside of London, we hope to be able to find you a placement that is relatively close to where you live. And I mentioned earlier that the government are concerned about the standard of the people who come onto social work programs. We need to be certain that people are prepared and have the right expectations about what a career in social work is all about. They're concerned to bring more people into the profession, to bring the right people in, and in order to do that, they're investing very heavily in providing funding, recognising that when people are on a social work program, they're actually working for 170 days over the period of the course. And because that's normally pretty much full-time work when you're on those placement periods, it's not really possible to work at the same time. So there's recognition of that, and there are generous financial arrangements that are based on a grant rather than a loan. And that's the social work bursary scheme.